Take a break from your busy schedule and join Harold Sala for Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living.
Hunter and Darcy were born at only 22 weeks, each weighing at 500 grams and 560 grams respectively. Today, they are 10 years of age. At the time of their premature births, people wrote hateful comments when they posted their babies' medical struggles, including insults that they should have been aborted. The twins, though, have given hope to many premature babies and their parents. More than 50 years ago, a baby who was born at less than 30 weeks didn't have a chance. 25 years ago, the factor dropped to 25 weeks. Today, thanks to vastly improved medical treatment, a baby born at even 21 weeks has a reasonable chance of not only making it, but growing to maturity. Amazing? Absolutely. Especially since, until the last century, a baby wasn't even considered to be alive until the second half of the pregnancy. It was when the mother first felt a little child kicking and squirming in her tummy, usually about the end of the 4th or 5th month, that the infant was considered to be alive. For example, in the Catholic Church of the 19th century, an abortion that took place during the first half of pregnancy was considered to be a sin, but one performed in the second half of pregnancy was considered to be a sin which not only needed to be confessed, but one for which penance was necessary. Under British common law, abortion in the first half of a pregnancy was a minor crime, a misdemeanor, but in the second half, a felony or a serious crime. But it is quite amazing how the old beliefs live on, aided and abetted by terminology referring to an unborn child as a fetus, not an infant or a human being. What are the facts? At conception, 23 chromosomes from both a male and a female unite to form a single cell. Locked into that tiny cell that begins to divide rapidly is a genetic code with the new little person's sex, eye color, shoe size, brain capacity, and hereditary framework in place. About the 6th day, the developing little infant, surrounded by a protective sac, attaches to the mother's body in a kind of incubator known as a uterus or womb. About 18 days after conception, long before a mother even suspects she is with child, a tiny heart is beating, something that goes without cessation for the rest of the child's life, no matter whether he lives to be age 5 or 100. By 6 weeks, brain waves are detected, fingers are forming, and a baby's first movements take place. By the 8th week, the little person swims freely in the amniotic sac. Taste buds are forming. By the 11th week, every organ system is in place. Baby is growing and has a skeletal structure, nerves, and blood is circulating in the tiny little body. By the 14th week, the heart pumps several quarts of blood through the tiny body every day, and by this time, the little infant knows pleasure and pain. By the 20th week, the time when an infant was first considered to be human a century ago, the baby recognizes his mother's voice. He responds to his mother's emotions, whether they are positive or negative. The gift of life is a gift from God, says Psalm 127. It is the greatest miracle in all the world because only God can give life. A baby is God's way of saying life must go on and on and on.
You've just heard Dr. Harold Sala with Guidelines, a 5-minute commentary on living. If you would like to listen to the program again, download a copy, subscribe to our e-commentary, or view other resources, visit guidelines.org. We would like to hear from you too. You can email us at info@guidelines.org. That's info@guidelines.org. Thanks for listening, and we invite you to join us again for the next edition of Guidelines.